This is Harry Guys, case number 9910-255, Red Active. The document that you just saw on the screen, I recently sought some information that I had filed years ago concerning the said case. As you can see, in trying to retrieve those materials, I'm having some problems, you know. But I'm not disappointed, but yet I do have a complaint. That will be dealt with. But right now, because I didn't receive what I sought, I must continue to go forward. The case, as you know, involves reparations, but reparations also, to get straight to the meat of the case, involves 3/5, and the rights of Lincoln laws for all black people. You see, there's been a difference. Had black people been under Lincoln's laws, rather than what took place after Lincoln's death, we would be a different people today. I'm quite sure of that. But what we must recognize is that there's a lot of issues today. There's just a lot. For example, let me just get to my point. Like the case could be used in Bill Cosby case or Kelly case. As a black man, they have a right to be a non-citizen. It has happened before that people have been deported for such crimes. As you see, Bill Cosby and R. Kelly, both of them are in position that could possibly be more fitting as what has been done in the past under the law. If you look in history, you'll find that one of the iconic people or American figures was Lucky Luciano. He was deported, but yet he was convicted. He was convicted, yes he was, for pimping. That was his offense. Some people may not know that. That was his offense. It was for pimping. Now, it's a sex crime. When you get through with it, it's a sex crime. If Bill Cosby and R. Kelly right now, they could really make a difference in such people who are making their lives, just ruining their lives, but yet if they were deported, it may be an option for them. That is what I'm trying to say. Harry Guys versus the United States, Lincoln was in the midst of deporting black people. Now, how does that tie, like I said, back to Lucky Luciano? He's an iconic figure. We're speaking on sin, but yet I don't want to leave Lucky Luciano out there with a picture of just pimping. You see, the world owes Mr. Luciano a gratitude. Yes. You see, when the United States was having some problems trying to find where to land, they went to Lucky Luciano. And he was able to give them the direction on where to land. Normandy. That came from Lucky Luciano, mapped it out for them. You see? So even though a man who was a convicted sex offender, but yet you needed that sinner at some point. That is all I'm saying. You never know. You may need Bill Cosby, you may need R. Kelly. They may have to be in distant places because of the crimes they committed. You don't have to always look at that sinner as being something that you just want to block away. Those are some people deserving. They are. They have some issues. They have some issues. But when you start to try to apply law, make sure that they're getting the fullest of the law. That's all I'm asking for. Everybody look at Harry Guys versus the United States. That is what you can look at, as an option. Those people, right now, Bill Cosby and R. Kelly, could denounce their citizenship, making them eligible the same as Lucky Luciano, who became an icon. But like I said, the world owes Mr. Luciano a great gratitude. And with that being said, you must keep in mind, I'm really not trying to do anything but help someone. We understand the victims. We understand it. That was a long time ago. These incidents that have been brought up, you know, we have to take everything into account. And with that being said, Harry Giles versus the United States is a case that, as I showed you earlier, the Library of Congress, they too are being made a third party to this. I have all the materials of my case, but I was looking for some things to make sure that my duck is in a row as I proceed. That's all that was. So I do have a complaint how they handled the situation, but again, Harry Giles versus the United States is a case for reparations, and under 3/5, I'm asking that black people have a legal right to be a non-citizen of the United States. During Vietnam, I'm trying to fast forward as much as I can. The draft. Black people actually, under being non-citizens, are not eligible for a military draft. You see, we're trying to be peaceful, we're trying to survive, we're trying to do all the things necessary, to keep some peace. What happens is, under Harry Giles versus the United States, it being a red-acted case, what happens is it's almost like how the Native American Indians have been played. You have legal treaties and documents that can't really be recognized. That's what's happening with Harry Giles versus the United States. It's there, but yet the controversy, the conspiracies, all of that is just swarming right now. Why can't people know Lincoln's laws? That's all I'm asking for. And if you can't get Lincoln laws to the forefront, it looks like they don't want Harry Giles materials to get to the forefront either. Are we understanding that? My writings can't get to the forefront. Lincoln's writings can't get to the forefront. But yet, people who commit crimes, they're always on the news. Listen, I can't help you. I can only help myself. That's why it's Harry Giles. Harry Giles versus the United States. It is a case that has been reversed, and that is always in controversy. You see, but there's more to say on Google and the documents that I have that the things that I say are true. Yes, it is true. Harry Giles is the first man of reparations. That is all I'm trying to say to the world. Now, how do I get the world to recognize these things when no one wants his materials to come to the forefront? I've only asked for a day in court, that's all. I'm not here to try to overthrow your government, but at the same token, we must realize that black people have certain rights. Muhammad Ali, rest in peace. But at the same token, he had a reversal. You see, Harry Giles has a reversal. Roe versus Wade has been tried and been reversed plenty times, back and forth that goes. But these are the civil cases that everybody fit into. You don't have to, be part of on the name of the case to be a part of the class. In other words, a woman wants an abortion, she don't need to go quoting Roe versus Wade to have an abortion. She's part of the class. That is what I'm trying to say. Harry Giles versus the United States is a class action. It affects all black people. You do have a right to stay as you are, being a citizen of the United States, but you should also be recognized if you so chose to declare. That should be made available to you. That is all I'm saying, because you can't take a former slave and ask it to defend for its master. It's almost so ridiculous, and think, as I'm trying to get you to think, but you will never really understand that the South won the war. So you would never really understand that. But for you to be in the situation that you're in right now, you would have to believe that the South won the war. Because you don't even recognize Lincoln laws for you. So who laws are you living under? You know, no. That something is all twisted up there. And when the people, thousands, millions of people don't know what Lincoln set forth for them. They don't know. So the imbalance and the unfairness is just ranging out of control. At some point, read Harry Giles versus the United States, and that would encompass Lincoln's laws. It's not going to work. You can't turn around and try to draft black people in the way that you're conducting yourself out here on these streets towards them. The whole world is now exposed to these things. I didn't create that. You know, I'm bringing something from the 20th century that's been laying dormant ever since, you know, the 20th century, you know, towards the end. You know, so because I'm bringing these things now in the 21st century, it's right. That is the legal term. You know, it's right. Because as things are right now, you know, you can't expect, I mean, would you really put an M16 in a young black man's hand that was drafted? Would you do that? You know, I'm trying to help you also. I mean, everybody needs to look at the biggest picture of what you're trying to do. You say you can put a M16. We ain't talking about no AR-15 and all them, you know, AK-40. No, we talking about M16. Would you do that? See, I'm trying to help you as well, especially in light of Las Vegas. You know, you need to really think about what you think you can do with the young black youth in America. You need to think about that. You know, I'm not advocating violence. I'm a visionary. I'm a historian. That is what I am. You know, but it doesn't really make too much sense to think that way. You know, that you could do that. I mean, that would really be something to see. You know, I've lived a lot. You know, I am a veteran. Yes, I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm just trying to survive like everybody else, but it's hard. You know, when nobody wants to listen, you know, you try to make me the bad guy. I'm not the bad guy. You know, all I'm asking for is a day in court. You know, but every entity of the government that I go to, you don't want to provide nothing. That's okay. I will provide it to you. I have the petition. Yes, I do. You know, and some court orders. You know, it's time. You know, help both sides. You know, I'm not trying to hurt anybody. You know, but I don't see that happening, that you're going to put a M16 as a military veteran, and I know these streets. That's not a rational thinking. It's not. Okay. You know, in light of Las Vegas, yeah, you think real good on that one. You know, because this is not to hurt you, you know, or to even make something trending that someone would have it in their thought. I'm not trying to pass it on. No. All I'm saying is that needs to be thought on. That's all I'm really saying. I'm not trying to get people thinking that way. You know, but as a military veteran, excuse me, that don't make sense. You know, not in light of Vegas. No, I'm sorry. You know, I'm a patriot. You know, I'm a patriot. Sorry. You know, I'm not into that you know, that racist thing that's happening. I want to be more of a historian speaking righteous. That's all. Okay? So stop trying to analyze and find something in my presentations, because that's not what I do. I'm trying to help somebody. I even just made the video before, you know, speaking, you know, wonderfully on how the agricultural industry is growing. You know, and I'd like to see some black people step their game up. That's all I'm asking for. You know, you don't have to always put things as a, you know, a criminal. You have to always look at people like that. You know, that's not what this is about. You know, people are trying to advance their livelihood like everybody wants to. It's hard out here. It really is. You know, so I just want people to recognize that Harry Gines helps all people. Remember that. Thank you.